All right. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to bring this up because I feel really bad about comments that I've made about the little inverter. I think I figured out what the problem was. I used my little makeshift kilowatt here, like a grown-up version of it. The refrigerator or the freezer and the refrigerator, even though they're small, the pumps require quite a bit to get it up over the top to start. Because I've tested it now on both inverters, like through the day, through the night, the whole bit. As I'm getting less anxiety about the range anxiety of the batteries, I do more, is what I'm trying to get at. This is fairly new. Those, when they were by themselves, they were really, really good, but you can see after like a day or two, there was range anxiety, or whatever you want to call it, because they were in 12 volt running these other inverters, my old ones. But it wasn't the battery, it was the inverter that would glitch and stall when on the refrigerator and freezer would start. Those would actually shut down and reboot, is what I'm trying to get at. If it was like if they tried to start exactly at the same time, as long as it was one running and then the other one tried to start, it had enough to kick over. But it would happen every once in a while that they would both try to start at the same time, and that's what's happening here. As long as it's in the nighttime, I mean, there is no power at all. It's running perfectly good, is what I'm trying to get at. There's not even it doesn't even flicker, nothing. It's just solid like a rock, like a jug. And this one is producing solid as a rock, like a jug. And one of them is on, whether that's the refrigerator or the freezer, I don't know. But you'll know right here, this 81, it'll jump up to like 1,000 or more as they start. But the running amperage, or the running wattage versus the starting wattage, huge difference in between them. You can get what's called soft start, where they got an inverter. Well worth their money if you're off grid. These are just Walmart cheapies, the cheapest thing you can get to make stuff cold. But do they work? Yeah, I've had this little Jujube for 5-6 years. I'm absolutely impressed with this little freezer. It don't make no frost on the inside. Well, a little bit, I mean, just the little bit, but not like cakes of frost like they make, what I mean? But it's not really that humid here in the summertime. The winter it is. And why this whole floor system seems to be working as well as it is. This is more than what I could ever ask for, is what I'm trying to get at. I said I made a previous video, but I thought it was like 15, it was like 20 tonight. But still, that's 20 degrees, it's well below, like freezing water to ice kind of temperature. Especially if there's any kind of wind outside, then that's for real. But here in the Highland Desert, in the summertime, we get like no humidity. Like high humidity in the summer would be about 11 to 30% in that range. In the wintertime, though, that's why they call it the dry heat thing. Is in the wintertime, what they don't tell you is we get like 80, 90, 95% humidity. And at negative 20 or even at 20 degrees, that is really frickin' cold. I mean, like hurt you cold kind of deal. And with the wind, only worse. So the whole heat the floor thing is working well. I just need more batteries, y'all. That's really what it comes down to. I found a company, I've been talking about it. It's like 4 of these, the capacity of 4 of those together at 48 volt, 628 amp hour, 33 kilowatt hours of energy, $3,500 delivered. That's incredible, y'all. The best that I'd seen before that for that size was about $4,500, and you had to build it. man, the energy for off grid is definitely here. It's definitely available. When you spec out a system, a solar system, best advice: spec it. And just make the panels flat. Make sure that you get east to west where there's nothing interfering with the sunshine coming up, especially from about 9 o'clock on. That's the hours that you are going to get the sun from, and then it'll stop about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock. Well, in the summertime it'll be much longer. In the wintertime it's 3 o'clock. Here with these new bifacial, tremendous improvement over the poly panels that I have in the front. But that's what was hinting me to the to what the problem was with the panel, is or why it was glitching with the voltage and all that. I know it is on me that 12 panel string is like 5,000, 5,500 watts. Way, way, way more than what this 4,200 watt system can take, is what I'm trying to get at. And it only screws up in the daytime, in the middle of the solar noon cycle, the hour before or after. I'm the one doing that. I need to order 10 more panels where I got the blank spots on top. I know I just said 12 on the bottom, but I just need to order 10, take one of the panels from the bottom and not really move it physically, just wire it into the string for the top and make them both 11. That would lower the voltage just a small amount, but it would lower the wattage enough that it wouldn't. Like this one, I'm not so worried about. Well, I am worried, but you know what I'm saying. I'm less so worried about it than the new one that I'm going to bring in. It would be able to handle both strings of panels at the same time, is what I'm trying to get at. With this string out here, I just need to pull one panel, disconnect it, and move on, and just accept the lower rate. I don't have anywhere to move the one panel to the front, and they wouldn't be compatible anyways, is what I'm saying. It wouldn't benefit very much by moving the big panel in the back to these littler panels in the front. They're old, is what I'm saying. They don't produce near as much power, is what I'm trying to get. Maybe half, if that. It would be better just to buy 10 new panels and move it, make it 2 11 string panels instead of 12. That would be the better, is what I'm trying to get at. Or just disconnect it entirely, and it would make the inverter run better, is what I'm trying to get at. Until I can get even when I see, these are just really Bushcraft off-grid inverters, and they're solid as a jug, and I can't say enough good about them. The bad that they do probably is on me, except for the one that just didn't work out of the box. That was on them. But the rest of the torture that I put them through, that's pretty much on me. But to handle a 2 kilowatt load and not even flicker, that's pretty good. In this one, it handles all the heavy, hard, like the wash machine, the refrigerator, freezers, and all that. And the only time it has a hiccup is if the freezer is turning on and the wash machine tries to cycle, or the refrigerator's turning on and the wash machine or the pump start to cycle. Then it has a hiccup. But as long as only one is starting at one time, there's never a hiccup. And that's what was... I couldn't understand why they could hold like 3,600, 40... They would go over wattage without even a wink or a nod or a nudge. And I would catch it because I would be running the stove, the cooker pot, the coffee pot, all of it all at once with the floor, okay? And it would go way over wattage, and then only when it was over wattage for like a half an hour did it actually like flicker or anything like that, where it was shifting voltages. They're solid. I hate to say it, because I didn't understand what was making the voltage regulator mess up. I'm pretty sure it's the wattage on those panels in the back. Now I'm pretty sure. I'll disconnect one, and then I'll know for sure if that's what it really was. If it never messes up again, then yeah, that's probably what it was. But yeah, that's the hypothesis as of this moment is what I'm trying to get at. That is what we are believing, doing our testing and watching it for like several 24-hour periods now. It looks like that is I was the cause, in which I do put these things through hell. That's what I'm saying. I can't say enough good about them because of the punishment and torture that I put them through. That they really are incredible compared to stuff like this, and the other ones upstairs or up on the thing, like the ones you buy at Harbor Freight. That kind. Okay, not the same, y'all. Not the same at all. Those things just die when you look at them. I mean, they die and restart, and they have gremlins, all the time. These, not so much. Like a solid, rock solid build. Before I got all the stuff to really torture them, they worked really, 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 really good. Only after I started torturing them for a while now have I seen any amount of like glitch in the armor, chinks in the armor. They were solid, except for in the middle of the day, that one over here. I'm pointing in the wrong direction, but that one over here is when it was cloudy, works good. When it was this, that, or what, works good. When it's direct super sun like we get up here, because 10,000 feet, we get in some intense sun. Glitches. That was the only time. But it glitched under load, or glitched when I did this, glitched when I did that. It was a little confusing in the moment. Now that I'm got over the range anxiety and I'm using the power at night, I can see that it's not the power is not the question. It was the panels that it's the process that the machine was trying to do: bring in the power, convert it to AC directly, and then give the balance to the batteries. On me. As far as inverters go, if you had because they make them and they're relatively cheap, like $500 kind of cheap, but I'm commercial grade, not bushcraft kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And when I say bushcraft, I don't mean it's bad. I mean that they only have like 3 months warranty or maybe a year tops or whatever, 6 months. Bushcraft, because you get it there, it worked for you, okay, that's it, it works. That's the end of the warranty. The commercial grade ones, they're warranted for 5 years. Unless you get directly struck by lightning and you didn't have suppression, that shit's on you. But like everything I got is ridiculously grounded. It's the positive ions that you got to watch out for. The wind blows, builds up a positive charge if it's not grounded. That little bitty charge is going to go up, hit the clouds. If there's any amount of negative or positive energy in the thing, it's going to bring down a lightning bolt, and that's it's just a tiny bolt going up, but it's a big ass bolt coming down, and then you got to deal with it. Is what I'm trying to get at. And this is ridiculously overgrounded, grounding stakes at the rack, at the house. Because we do have insanely dry winds here. I mean, to not ground it is foolish. It's just foolish. I mean, and for people that say lightning or the grounding rods draw the lightning, no, okay, bless your heart. No, they don't. They keep your stuff from being destroyed by parasitically drawing the energy that's built up on any metal object. In allowing it to go back to earth ground. That's what they do. They don't do anything else. No other magic. That's what they do. If you live in the desert or whatever, use like 10 foot if your ground is like really, really dry. Ours isn't. We have clay and soil, and we got ground here. Or silt is what I'm trying to get at. But if you live in just pure sand, they make stainless steel rods or connectors is what I'm trying to get at, for the copper rods, where you can keep driving it down into the sand as deep as you like, stack them together is what I'm trying to get at. And if you see these YouTube videos of these clowns putting salt water next to the grounding rod, please don't do that. The grounding rod, that's a mechanical like action that's going to happen. It's going to decompose the rod, the salt, and it does not help with the conductivity. That's just somebody being silly or whatever. In the like, if you go to Louisiana, the grounding rods are galvanized, or they're like super long stainless steel, or they're whatever. I mean, but they are. If you got salt, it's going to decompose the copper, y'all. Don't do that. Don't watch some of that stuff, or Google it first. Is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, don't do some of the stuff you see. Don't do any of the stuff you see me do either, because it's just, some of it just straight up foolish. But you know, I'm old. You know, I don't got a lot to live for. Is what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, think accordingly. Yeah, but solid as a jug. And today was the first. Yesterday was my first clue, and then today I did it again, even earlier, to like double check. Is what I'm trying to get at, and that's what it is. It's just the panels on the outside. There's one or even two too many, but at least definitely one is what I'm trying to get at. I need to pull it, and then it shouldn't do that anymore. And I'll give you another update like first of the month. This is just for the solar floor thing. Yeah, just a solar floor update kind of deal. Excess energy off grid. Okay, talk to you later, y'all. Y'all have a big one. I hope everybody is having a spectacular morning. And I hope the rest of your day goes just as well. Okay, talk to you then. Bye.